Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sasha and today we're going to take a look at the Gansai Tambi Watercolors. These are by Kuretake and they're made in Japan, and they're made with different ingredients than Western watercolors, which gives them a few different characteristics that Western watercolors don't have. For instance, I've heard that they dry a bit glossy and they might be a little bit more opaque than Western watercolors. They come in this really beautiful green box, and this is what the back looks like. And I imagine they have some sort of descriptive words here about them being by Kuretake and Gansai Tambi Watercolors. I can't read that though. But yeah, it's in gold. It's nice and reflective. And yeah, let's take a look. So here are all the beautiful colors. I think I got the 36 color set, and as you can see, they're gorgeous. And they start with the reds up here, which is something that Western watercolors don't do. Western watercolors start with yellows, so that's interesting that they started with the reds. And yeah, they have a lot of greens in this pack, like tons of greens, and quite a few blues. And then they have these metallics down here, which I can't wait to try. So let's take off this plastic protective lid thing, which you can also use as a palette because this set doesn't actually come with a palette for mixing. So you can use this as your palette, but instead I'm going to use this little plastic palette that I have. Alright, so I have a piece of watercolor paper right here. It's Arch's hot press watercolor paper. And I'm going to get out my nice big brush. It's number 12. And my water right here. Gonna take the lid off. Alright, let's get swatching. So first we're gonna wet the red up a bit. Put some water on it. Mix that in and let's see what we got. Ooh, that's super vibrant. Sorry, watercolors get me excited. So yeah, wow, that's a really nice red. Now, I'm not sure what any of the names of the different colors are because it's written in Japanese, but they do have corresponding numbers right here. And if you look, if I can get one of these out. Oh, and I should say these pans are huge. These pans of watercolors. They're not filled to the top though, but they are huge. And if you're using a big brush, then you could definitely fit it in there and pick up lots of color. Man, these are tricky to get out. Okay, there we go. So this is what the pan looks like. And it has the number 32 on the back so that you always know that it went right there where it says 32 as well. And if you want to ever replace these, I think you can get replacements of individual pans on jet pens, but I'm not 100% sure. And I guess you just look up the number. So this is number 32, and then you just replace it like that. So, all right, so we've got the first color down. Oh, and I think these are artist quality watercolors. That's what the company says. But there's no, you'd have to actually test the light fastness and everything to make sure, but because I don't think they tell you what pigments they use. So yeah, but this is just stuff I've heard in other YouTube videos, so I can't be 100% sure. That's nice rosy red. Very nice. All right, let's try this guy. Oh, that's rosy, but a bit lighter. Let's see if I can get more pigment off of this. Something that was kind of strange that I noticed when I got this package in the mail was that the box, the green lid of the box, like it actually kind of smelled like smoke and spices, which is kind of interesting. So I'm wondering if where they were produced had like Eastern smoke and spices going on. It's kind of interesting. All right, let's try this color. Ooh, I like this color. Very rich, very vibrant. These colors are beautiful. This is the Winsor & Newton gold ink, and as you can tell, it is super, super shiny. That took a few layers though to get it that shiny. And then, I feel like this is a sketchbook tour now. And then this is the Fine Tech. Like, that is insane shine. And then you compare it to this, which isn't nearly as shiny. So yeah, but I mean, no worries. I mean, most of the other colors are beautiful, so I'm not complaining, just comparing. So that is all of the colors swatched out for you to see, and I think they're quite lovely, and my favorite colors would have to be this vermilion. It's so beautiful. This teal color, and I really like how the purple turned out. Very beautiful. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the swatching. Now we're gonna get to the painting part where I'm going to color in this drawing that I did. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy that. So I'm beginning this piece by putting in a background of that teal color that I really, really love. And I'm just kind of letting the paint flow and do what it wants. And so far it's acting like your typical watercolor paint so far. I'm just daubing in the color, mixing it around. This is the really fun part. I like all the random patterns and designs that you get from this. It's so fun. And it adds an interesting textured background to the pieces that you create. Danica Sills, she kind of goes for a different approach usually when she paints her work. She does flat washes for backgrounds, and I find it really hard to actually get a good flat wash. So this is kind of me cheating. But Alright, now that the background's dry, we're going to mix a skin tone. It's going to be a lighter skin tone for this chica. And for this, I'm going to hope my cat does not jump on this desk. She comes out from under my bed when I start talking. Oh, she's eyeing my desk. Don't do it, kitten. Ah, she did it. Just don't walk over anything, hun bun. Okay, so I'm gonna grab some red, and I guess it'll be this red. Put some in there. Add some more water to it. Oops. Get that nicely mixed up. Maybe add a little bit more water. And then I'm going to grab a yellow. This yellow should do. Just mix that up. I think it's still a little too red. So I'll mix a bit more yellow in. And then I like to add a hint of blue. So let's see, I guess I'll go for the one that looks like ultramarine. Yeah, just a hint of blue to cool it down, and that should be good. Now it looks very vibrant here, but what I do is I grab some more water here and grab some of that color, and then it's a lot lighter because I've diluted it down with water. And so if we look on this paper, oh, I got a hair in my brush. Okay, so if we look at it over here, it's a lot lighter, rather than if we took it from here, it would be a lot more intense. So just wipe that off. Alright, so let's get painting her skin. So I'm just gonna do like a base coat of this light peachy color. Sometimes I leave areas white, but sometimes I don't. So I'll just kind of do it all this one color. And I hope you guys don't mind me like chatting through this. I just feel kind of chatty. A couple days ago I met up with my friend Erin, who you may know as Ink Tangles, and we've been friends for about 10 years now, but we haven't gotten to see each other very much, so hopefully we'll remedy that. But yeah, I got to see her and her mom, and that was really cool. We went to Starbucks and got some coffee, and my mom came too, and yeah, it was a good time, good old time. And I was so happy to see her. She's definitely one of the sweetest people like you'd ever meet. Like, so kind and thoughtful. But yeah. Alright, so this is actually, I heard that these colors can be a bit muddy when you mix them, but I'm not noticing any muddiness with this skin color, so yeah. I might as well go over the tattoos too. Why not? Because I'm just going to color them in anyway. I really like how that moon turned out. Like, it's pretty, I don't want to say well drawn and be like, ho ho ho, it's well drawn, I drew it well, mwahaha. But it is kind of one of my better moons, so I'm pleased with it. So as you can see, I'm kind of being carefree with how I apply the base coat. I'm not really too precise or anything. I'm just getting it on there. Oh, I always forget the ears. I always forget to paint in the ears. I don't know why. And I missed a bit of the background right here, but I'll probably do that last. Yeah, we got the ear. So now while that's drying, I think I'm going to go in for the horns here. And I wanted to do those kind of a Payne's Gray indigo kind of color. And I think I know what color that is here. So not that one, but I think this one. Yeah, I like this color. Should be good. So I have this, maybe I should put some green into it though, because there's a lot of green in this picture. I don't know. What should I do? Choices, hey? I don't know. How does that look? I don't know. The blue could probably work. I'm just gonna try it. And I actually want it quite dark. So I'm gonna have to do a few layers of this blue. And I'm careful not to touch it into the ear because they'll bleed into each other, and that's not the effect I'm going for right here. So yeah, I'm just pulling the color along. And then for the tips of the horns, I kind of want to do a metallic color. I'm between gold and silver. I'm not totally sure what I'm going to decide on yet. And for the horn part here, I wanted to do kind of a white lacy design on it. So her skin layer is mostly dry now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting on the blush areas, and I'll start that with a wet brush, and I just wet an area like that where I want the blush to go, and then I grab my blush color, which is going to be this red. If I can get it off my brush. There we go. Then clean my brush, and then I'll dab into the red a little bit and then let it kind of spread out like that. And then I clean my brush again, and along the edges I like to try and blend it out a bit more. And so that's her cheek area, and then I'm going to add a little on her forehead. Like that. And then put a little on her chin. Lightly kind of dilute it. And then she needs some on her nose too. The nose is one of the reddest parts of the face. That's faux show. Just kind of spread that out. My plan is to do the line work with probably Payne's Gray gouache, and yeah, so the picture kind of looks unfinished, and it's gonna look way better, I think, when it's lined. I always like lining my images because, I don't know, it just makes them feel finished to me. But yeah. Okay, and then the next place I'm going to add some redness is her shoulder. So I'm going to wet that whole area, grab some red, and kind of let that spread out. It's kind of covering up her tattoo though. So I'm definitely going to have to make sure to remember that it's there and line it in probably Payne's Gray. So yeah, then I'm going to do her neck with some red. And I'll do a little bit of her other shoulder and maybe a little bit of her arm here and some of her boobaloobs. And there we go. Then I'm going to put a little bit more across her back here. I'm going to work this red down here to spread it out a bit more. Yeah, I'm gonna let that dry. Now, I'm not sure what color I want to do her hair. I was thinking I wanted to do it a dark color, but then her horns are gonna be a dark color, so I'm kind of like, not sure. So, or I could just leave it white, but I'm not sure if I want to do that either. Maybe I'll finish her horns off and then see what happens. And then the next step on the skin is shadows, which I'm probably going to do with this same color here, maybe mix a little purple into it, and then that'll be her shadows. This is dry now, and you can probably hear noise from the kitchen, sorry about that. Yeah, but so this is dry now, and it's left some interesting harsh lines, which I would like to scrub out, but I'm not sure how easily they'll scrub out and blend with the base layer. Let's see. But I mean, I'm not gonna stress over it. Just gonna hopefully get it softer. But yeah, no worries. So now what I'm gonna do is put in some more highlights. And these are gonna be richer, or not highlights, sorry, more blush. And it's gonna be richer and just a little bit in this area. So I'm pretty decided on what I'm gonna do with the hair. The hair is going to be pretty much white, but it's gonna have shadows in it. And the horns I'm probably gonna do in gouache to make it like a solid dark color rather than watercolor. And yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna do. So I guess I'll put those shadows into the hair now. I'd like to mix in a touch of purple into my blue here. Maybe a little bit more. Oh, that's a little too purple. Okay. Just mix a little bit of blue. Alright, that looks good. Now I gotta water this down. Drag a little bit over here. Alright. So, here we go. So I'm just gonna kind of follow the lines that I made and add in the shadows. I'm using a finer brush now. Before I was using a size 12, and now I'm using a size 2. And when I ink her, I'll probably use this brush right here, which is, I guess, a size 3 or something, but this is a different brand, so it's like 3/0. So I don't know what that means, but that's probably the brush I'm going to use. so I think she's finished now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. And here, I'll show you the little glitteriness right there on the tips of her horns. So yeah, thank you again for watching. Peace.